I'm training for life. Mentally, I'm training for life. I'm not training for like to lift 400 pounds. And I found out on my own pretty much is that through discipline, through self-discipline, through repetition, through tons of repetition of the same thing that you don't want to do. And that's the key thing. Through repetition of things you don't want to do, you develop mental, like an armor for your mind. You start to armor your mind because your mind's like, okay, we suffer every day. It's what we do. We do stuff that sucks every day. So then when the suck stuff comes, you're ready for it. And that's how I started coming up. I just started being very uncomfortable. And now it's like just a way of life.
There was nothing more you could have done. Walk away with your head held high, knowing you did everything in your power to make that work. That disrespect, that's the only closure you will ever need.
That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring, because I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for. And now those days are gone. It's empty. I'm nothing. I'm working on being the art of humbleness. Can you believe in me? That's the reason why I'm crying, because I'm not that person no more. And I miss him. Because sometimes I feel like a bitch. Because I don't want that person to come out, because if he comes out, hell is coming with him. And it's not funny at all. It must sound cool, like I'm a tough guy. It's just, I hate that guy. I'm scared of him.
If you're going to face a threat, if you face it voluntarily, what happens is your body activates itself for exploration and mastery. But if you face it involuntarily, same size threat, then you revert to prey mode, and you're frozen, and that's way more stressful. It's way harder on your body, and so it's better to keep your eye open and watch for emergent threats, because you all know, what you're not doing quite right and where your life is likely to unravel. You all have a sense of that, and the best thing to do is to not ignore that, to pay attention to it, to watch it, and to take corrective action early, and then, you stay on top of things, and your little trip to the underworld might be a few minutes long instead of a catastrophe that produces post-traumatic stress disorder, knocks you out for 4 or 5 years, and maybe you never recover.
I wanted to share something I learned from the great Thomas Sowell, which is that the main difference between liberals and conservatives is that liberals believe that all human beings are good, and that if it weren't for the system that is flawed, everything would be perfect. If only we could fix the system. Conservatives believe that all human beings are flawed, and that when something goes wrong, it's an individual's fault. They made the wrong choice. These two drastically different worldviews result in two drastically different political motivations. On one hand, the liberals want to control outcomes by controlling the system. Conservatives, however, don't want to control outcomes. They want to grant individuals the freedom to make their own decisions. And whatever happens as a result of individual decisions is what happens.
I don't know who needs to hear this today, but I know it's someone. If you knock on a door and it remains closed, it means that there is nothing behind it. There is no magical, mysterious, alternative life that you are being denied. There is nothing you are missing out on. What you are grieving is an idea of what might have been. If you feel you have spent too much of your life in disappointment and regret, perhaps it is that you have tried to turn too many dead ends into pathways, empty rooms into more than they were ever intended to be. If you knock on a door and it remains closed, it means that the path is unfolding somewhere else, and you are now one step closer to finding it. It is not your dream that must be released, but your sense of possibility that must be awakened.
Anybody who believes lies about you, before even hearing your side of the story, was already looking for a way to be against you. Listen to that one more time.
What would you say would be the keys to your success of 50 years of loving each other?
We really do our best not to lie. And we also have fights when they're necessary. We don't hide things in the fog. If we have a dispute, we do our level best to get to the bottom of it, to find out what in the world's causing it, whose needs to change and why and how and when, then how we can progress forward into the future without having that issue dog us. You can't have a relationship without trust. Plan and work diligently to maintain the romance in your relationship. And it is effortful. They require preparation, cooperation, and the will to do it, and the will to put yourself on the line, and the desire to make that a priority, even when other things are more pressing, and not interested in finding another relationship.
Hey, if you caught your partner or somebody that you trust in a weird situation, or better yet, you've caught them in strange or risky situations multiple times, then you definitely need to hear this. I've been in your shoes, you really need to hear this. It's almost always exactly what it looks like. And remove the almost if you're having doubts. It's always exactly what it looks like. Stop allowing people to lie to you. Play this again. Until next time.
You know, the ancient Egyptians had a beautiful...
Website Secure Boredom, Part 15. If you go to this website, you can type in random phrases in the bottom left. We'll go with sheesh, and it'll play scenes from random movies with that phrase.